Blackstone Audio presents The Forgotten Continent, The Battle for Latin America's Soul by Michael Reid. To Emma, and in memory of Patricia Reid. First, we must cure ourselves of the intoxication of simplistic and simplifying ideologies. Octavio Paz. The democratic will is vulgar, its laws imperfect. I admit all this, but if it is true that soon there will be no middle way between the empire of democracy and the yoke of one man, ought we not try rather for the former than submit voluntarily to the latter? Alexis de Tocqueville. It is not by chance that reforms are so difficult. Fernando Enrique Cardoso. Preface. I began to think about writing this book in 1999, shortly after Brazil's government was forced into a devaluation it had tried, at great financial cost, to prevent. The devaluation prompted much commentary abroad that Brazil was reverting to type, that it was doomed by fecklessness and misgovernment. I had been living in Sao Paulo for the previous 3 years as the Economist bureau chief and had a different view. I was convinced that Brazil was undergoing a deeper process of economic reform, democratization, and progressive social change that, for all its imperfections and difficulties, would survive the devaluation. Shortly afterwards, I returned to London to take up my current job of editing the Americas section of The Economist. The press of events in Latin America forced me to put the book on one side for several years. Those events, especially the collapse of Ecuador's economy in 1999 to 2000, and of Argentina's in 2001 to 2002, prompted wider comment to the effect that the economic reforms known as the Washington Consensus had failed Latin America. The gloom spilled over to the region's democracies, which were held variously to be under widespread threat and to be corrupt and elitist shams unworthy of the name. The setbacks in Ecuador and Argentina were indeed real and severe, and involved policy mistakes. But I did not believe that they proved the general case that economic reform or democracy had failed, nor that Latin America was in the throes of generalized revolt, as was widely asserted.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?